Coach, it's the NFL on EA Sports, and there you get a look at Paul Brown Stadium on the banks of the Ohio River in Cincinnati. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Arizona Cardinals and the Cincinnati Bengals. The children will groan. It's the final weekend of summer, but we've got the NFL, and we're underway on EA Sports. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Rosen and the Cardinals take over with a 1st and 10.
Here we go now. 3-19.
The first carry now. This is Johnson. Give him 10 yards there, and about by the nose of the football, he's going to have a first down.
And that's the big fella's MO right there. Running through tackles, keeping the sticks moving forward. This defense, if you don't bring 11 guys to the ball to try and get him on the ground, he's going to keep making runs like that. I feel the press box shaking every time he touches the rock.
Now let's go. Blue 90. Blue 90.
They stay on the ground on first with Johnson. Looking for a cutback lane, but nothing there as he's met at the line of scrimmage. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down. The rush defense stout on 1st down. Here's 2nd and 10 from the 20.
Set. Blue 90. Blue 90.
On 2nd down, here's Rosen. Open man is Kirk, complete. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. It's a gain of 13 for number 13, and it gives him a first down.
Here we go now. 3-19. 3-19.
A first down carry here for Johnson. And across midfield he goes and into Bengal territory. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest game, but it does open up possibilities here on 2nd down.
Rosen will throw, and he's going to be hit and taken down. Back right around the 48-yard line. Geno Atkins getting in there from his defensive tackle spot to snow him under for a loss of 4.
Here we go now. 3-19. 3-19.
On 3rd down, Rosen. This one grabbed by A.J. Green. And he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line. It'll be a gain of 8, but it'll also lead to a 4th down.
Well, we hear so often how tackling has become almost a lost art in the NFL game, but it's so important to tackle well on these receivers, especially in a play like this one. 3rd down, they gave him the underneath stuff. You got to go and make the tackle right away.
That'll go as a punt of 32 yards. And the Bengals will have a 1st and 10 from deep in their own territory. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down. They'll run it now out of the gun. And a short gain here across the 10 to the 12. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down.
Well, he was looking for some running room, and there wasn't a whole lot of it there on that play. I think he was lucky to get a couple of yards out of it because those defenders, they were rallying to the football pretty quickly.
Rudolph throwing on second down. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 16. And they'll have a short field to work with inside the 15 at the 13-yard line. That interception sets them up beautifully already in the red zone.
And you can hear it all the way up here. Oski, everyone turned to block, find a spot, and now they're set up inside the red zone for their offense.
Now he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It'll be a loss of a yard, and it'll be second and 11. Here's Rosen to throw. And this carry terminated at the 8-yard line. Good stick skill showing the power, but just not much room to operate. Give him 6 on the play, and just like that, it's third down. Here's Rosen. Now he'll escape to it, and he's taken down, trying to do a little too much, getting outside of the pocket, and it results in a sack. Carl Lawson in there to drop him for a 6-yard loss, and that'll lead to a fourth down. And Janikowski bangs it through, and the Cardinals have the first points. It's 3-0. They got the interception, but very little movement after, and that forces them to settle for 3. And it does feel like settling when that happens, doesn't it?
It certainly does, but we got to give a lot of credit where it's due, and that's to the defense because they ran onto the field. It's what we call sudden change, right? Interception, you got to go put out the fire, and they did, holding them to a field goal.
Cincinnati now ready to take the field. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here. Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll get up to the 43-yard line. Give him 3 yards and a fresh set of downs.
2nd and 2 is prime time for a little bit of a gamble, isn't it? Open up the playbook, go play action, toss that bad boy deep. But in this situation, go ahead and give it to your back. Let him pick up a first down. Keep the sticks moving.
Going to throw right side here, complete. And he'll be corralled out across midfield down to the 45. 12 yards that time and a Cincinnati first down.
I always laugh when people say, what's the toughest route to defend? And I'm like, any of them, especially if it's a good receiver. That makes things very difficult. But when you're running a drag route, something short, shallow, going through defenders, using guys almost as screens in order to get open, that makes things tough for guys trying to get to the football.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Rudolph looking to throw. Over the middle, that's caught by Ross. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or 2 shy of the 30. The Bengals passing game finding a rhythm. They've got another first. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. And they'll go with the ground attack here. And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down.
I know when I was a kid, I always got real excited when I saw those lateral-type runs. But the best backs that made it happen, they put a foot in the ground and just go. That didn't happen there. That play got swallowed up.
It's complete. It's Fitzgerald. And he works it to the 30-yard line here, right at the 30. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a third down. 7th play of the drive, forthcoming on 3rd and 8. Out of the gun, Rudolph. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football.
On plays like this, when the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back because This is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
And this is good. It was running out of gas there at the end, but he winds up getting just enough on it. So make some room next to Tom Dempsey on the NFL's all-time field goal distance leaderboard. That's going to go down officially as a 63-yarder.
Let's not forget about David Akers, Jason Elam, and Sebastian Janikowski, too. So now Matt Prater at 64 has got a little bit of company up near the top spot. That was one heck of a kick right there.
Rosen and the Cardinals take over with a 1st and 10. Now it's Rosen. Oh, a scrap for the football, and he's going to come down with it. 16 yards right off the bat and a 1st down.
It certainly feels like there are more stars at the tight end position than there were even 10 years ago. And I think it's become more of a glamour position because of the ways it can hurt a defense, and guys want to be involved. They can be in line, close to the line of scrimmage. They can split out like receivers. But hands, route running, speed, and some toughness to go across the middle, you put it all together, you got a heck of a tight end candidate.
They go play action. It's Rosen. And he'll be taken down by the Bengal pressure. Carl Lawson in there to pick up his 2nd sack now of the afternoon. And that is the 3rd sack this offensive line has allowed in this 1st quarter.
Yeah, that puts him on pace. Let me do the rudimentary math here. To be sacked 12 times in a game. I know he's not going to go for that. I wonder if it's going to reshape what they decide to do on offense in terms of play calling.
Well, I can tell you what, when he popped up, shaking his head, frustrated right now behind center. Ready to go now in the 2nd quarter. Brandon Gaudin, Charles Davis. It's the Cardinals in possession of the football. They do, however, have a tough 3rd and long coming up.
Let's go.
Out of the gun, here's Josh Rosen. That's incomplete, but there is a flag down, so hang on. A big call coming on 3rd down. Some boos coming down right now from this home crowd after that call.
Yeah, and that was because of the pass interference call, but for a second there I thought maybe they'd gotten a look at my appearance as Othello in the high school play.
You were Othello?
Not a good one, let me tell you.
From midfield now, here's Rosen. Throw right side is going to be caught by Kirk. And he's got this down to the 35. 15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another 1st down. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. And now it's Rosen looking, and he'll toss this one incomplete. Seeing no options, he throws it away.
I hope I don't sound too rah-rah on that one, but that's the exact right throw. Either your receiver gets it or no one gets it. Give him a lot of credit for being really precise with it.
Got rid of it. No one got it. 2nd and 10. It's Rosen again. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And both guys were there, but it falls incomplete.
But one thing's for sure, when you got a big receiver and you trust him downfield, you're going to give him opportunities to go up and get that 50-50 ball.
And he is a darn good big receiver. Unfortunately, that time didn't work out. Nice job defensively. Throwing again, it's Rosen. He's got his man here. It's Green. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. And that one good for 16 yards and a 1st.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
From the red zone now, here's Rosen on 1st down. Under pressure, and he'll go down. Back at the 26-yard line. Carl Lawson able to disrupt yet another pass play. His 3rd sack of the afternoon. Sacks a growing theme in this 1st half. This is 2nd and long. They'll hand it off now. Johnson. He was able to pick up 6 yards there, so that leaves him with a 3rd and 13.
And there's a run to be happy with. Good, solid yardage. He'll take that anytime you hand the ball to a back.
The Cardinals on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This is going to be 3rd and 13. Now Rosen. And he's going to be grabbed and pulled down. Andrew Billings in there to get him for a loss of 9, and that'll lead to 4th down. And Janikowski bangs it through, and they will take the lead here in this battle of field goals at 6-3. So the field goal there caps what winds up to be an 11-play drive.
Well, partner, that's a lot of offense to run there to only get 3 points. So I just wonder, are they going to recycle those plays because they were successful in getting 3? Or do you go to another section of the playbook trying to find ones that get you into the end zone, get you 6?
Cincinnati now ready to take the field. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted. And we can't do that. That's a long field goal that they got 3 points out of. They've got to feel good about that, and they better make sure they love him up because he's helped them out.
Yeah, now we'll see if that offense can put 6 on the board here. We'll see. Here's Rudolph. Oh, he can't hang on. That was a dream chance for any D lineman to possibly get a pick, but instead it falls down incomplete. Line of scrimmage, again the 25, 2nd and 10. Now a play fake, and it's Rudolph. Stepping up, he'll try and run. And he'll avoid the tackle there with a slide. Give him 7 there on the tuck and run, and they're in better shape now for 3rd.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the 3rd one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
Rudolph on 3rd down. And he can't come up with a pick. Nearly his 2nd of the game. Instead, 4th down.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? Zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
Arizona getting ready to go as they take the field. And they split the uprights last time for 3. They've got the lead. They're not going to play this conservative. They're not hoping for another field goal. They're hoping for a touchdown.
I'm with you on that one. I like where your head is. I like the way you're thinking because you're exactly right. Trying to sit on a lead and play that way, that doesn't work too well for most teams. Run your offense. Run what you do best. Exactly. Put it all the way down and try to increase your lead in a big way. And the best way to do it, touchdowns.
2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on 1st down. Now Rosen looking to throw. The Bengal pressure gets him that time. Down he goes. Carl Lawson in there to drop him for his 5th sack of the year.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I'd file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
3rd and long here for Rosen. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Vontaze Burfict. And he's able to get it back to the 41-yard line. It's almost like you can see the look of frustration on his face. 4 interceptions last week. We talked about it all week. What did he do wrong? And another one here in the 1st half.
And you can understand the frustration. You actually feel his pain a little bit. But the worst thing he can do is what you're seeing right now, showing the other team that he's frustrated. All they're going to do is double their efforts to make him even more frustrated. He's got to gather himself, compose himself, and keep fighting.
Well, he talked a lot about erasing that loss last week, getting back in the win column. We'll see how he responds. Running game working. They'll stick with it on 1st down. They'll get it inside the red zone, but only for a couple down to the 19.
They went right back to him, but he pretty much had nowhere to go on that play.
Yeah, the previous carry looked pretty good. That one, maybe he was a little tired. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe he should have tapped out and had a second back come in and maybe make that run. Who knows?
Here's Rudolph now on second down. Forced out to his left. And he just chucked that one out of bounds, out of everyone's reach. Maybe a wise call not to take a sack in this part of the field. It brings up third down. Defensively, Charles, they continue to really limit this offense as far as yardage goes.
Yeah, you're exactly right. They've been assignment sound, staying in their lanes, keeping proper leverage, and communicating well, too.
Looking for Fitzgerald, and it's intercepted. Buda Baker with a pick, and a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. They'll try and run for it on first and goal. And he is in. Touchdown, Bengals. Corey Grant, his first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Bengals are in for 6. And he's got it up and through. Bullock out now to kick this one away. This will be taken about the 12. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line. The Cardinals offense now works their way back onto the field. Rosen and the Cardinals take over with a 1st and 10. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. That's caught on the left side by Kirk. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down. 2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on first down. To throw is Rosen. Pressure from his right, and he goes down hard, flat on his back. Offensively, they're going to have to figure this out before next week. 7 sacks in one game.
Yeah, and that's more than any quarterback should have to bear. And if this continues on, there will be another quarterback in the game because no one can stand up to this week after week.
From the gun on third down, it's Rosen. It's brought in left side by Tate. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 2 minutes remain here in the first half. We'll come back to Cincinnati after this. This quarterback now 8 of 11 in this first half. He's got it 1st and 10. Rosen will throw. Escapes the sack. Flushed out right. He's going to let one fly for Tate. So they took a shot on first down but couldn't connect.
I'd love to know what he's saying in the huddle now to his guys up front because it's been a steady stream of pressure on him this entire game. That time, able to avoid the sack, but he's got to talk to his offensive line and say, guys, just a couple seconds extra, please.
And across midfield he goes and into Bengal territory. 9 yards on the pickup there as they'll be left with 3rd and 1.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
Back to throw. And he's going to go down. They sack him back at the 42.
I'm starting to feel for that quarterback back there. I mean, you know me. Normally, don't have a lot of empathy for the QB, right? In this case, definitely. He's been on constant duress this entire game. I don't know how he's surviving back there.
And to think, there's still a long way to go in this football game. And he gets this away, and look at this. This is a good one. Cincinnati now ready to take the field. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some.
And now this is intercepted. My goodness. Picked off at the 39. And his guys are going to get the football at the 37-yard line.
And, Brandon, this is a real nice job defensively of getting inside a quarterback's head and figuring out, okay, where's he going with the football? Because you can make an educated guess defensively. Not all the time, but sometimes. And when you're right, you've got a decent chance of coming away with the football.
After the interception, here's Rosen. Dumping it off for Johnson. And he'll go down here at the 35-yard line. It'll be a pickup of just 2, and it'll make it second down.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
He gets it left side to Johnson. And they're able to get this one past the 30 to the 25-yard line. Give them 11 yards that time and a new set of downs.
Detroit! 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 Detroit!
They'll look to throw on first down with Josh Rosen. And completes it to Kirk over the middle. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. And now we won't see a play on first down. We're going to get a timeout instead, as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go here in the first half. Three red zone trips have yielded just 2 field goals for them to this point, so they'll be searching for something more on second and goal here. They'll try and run. This is Johnson. And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 10-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down. Here's Rosen. Dancing to his left. Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half. So 3 seconds here remain in the half. On is the field goal unit to see about getting 3 points. From the left hash, a chip shot here. So you want the third quarter already? No problem. Let's do it. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. Out to kick is Janikowski. Here's Corey Grant now to return. And good starting field position. He'll get this one all the way up to about the 35-yard line. Elsewhere, second quarter in D.C. And the Redskins there out to an early lead. And we'll be sure to keep an eye on that one as we go along here. They go play action here on first down. And he just gets rid of it. Throws it away. A wise move there. Looked like nobody open. Now second down.
We've seen these defenses make enough opportunistic plays to keep this one low scoring. Flying around, making plays on the ball. And we see yet another errant throw as a result.
Here's second and 10 now from the 35.
Gone! 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 Here we go now. Green 39. Green 39.
Back to the air. Rudolph on second down. Got a man over the middle, and it's complete. A really nice gain of 25 yards. A nice job there, Charles. They picked up the blitz, were able to complete the pass.
That had the total feel of a quarterback in control. Red blitz, got him into the right protection scheme, so he doesn't get hit back there. He's got a chance to step up with supreme confidence and deliver it downfield for a nice completion.
And little room to maneuver there. He gets it down to about the 39. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a second and 9. Rudolph throwing on second down. Escaping the pressure right. Now he's going to throw deep right side. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Bengal TD. Corey Grant with 2 touchdowns on the season, both in this game. And the Bengals are able to grow their lead. And he puts it through. Bullock out out now to kick this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Cardinals offense now ready to get their first opportunity here in the second half. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half two.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use, just something to get you off to a quick start.
2nd and 10 now. It's Rosen toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done. They give them 13 yards there on the play and a fresh set of downs. On first down, it's Rosen. Caught by Nelson left side. And getting this just shy of midfield. They'll spot it at the 49. They get 10 more there, and I believe that'll be enough for another first down. It will. Now a 10th carry for Johnson. And they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down.
That defensive front four has been very good. They have just not let the running game get going, have they?
Not at all. In fact, the entire offense just looking a little bit out of sync in this one.
Yeah, sometimes this is why coaches like forward-down defensive linemen, they feel like they can cover more ground when defending the run.
Now Rosen to throw on second down. It's a target, the tight end, Will Tye. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. They give him 14 yards that time and a fresh set of downs. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Now Rosen on first down. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really.
Lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Rosen again on 2nd and 10. He's going to air it out deep for Green. And he's unable to grab it. Thought he might have had position, couldn't hold on, 3rd down.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually that becomes man on man. And you've got to trust yourself and go up at that moment of truth and make a play on the football.
Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. And he's going to be wrapped up and driven down. Geno Atkins in there to get him his 2nd sack now of the afternoon. Here's Pat O'Donnell now as he's on to punt for Arizona. He's going to field this at the 4. Nice job bringing that one back. 14 on the return. And the Bengals will take over here 1st and 10. The Bengals offense now, they head back onto the field. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline. Because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
And they're able to get this one across the 35. An excellent way to start the drive there, 18 yards.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you just swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
Eluding the pressure right. And he's got room. The improv on the scramble there gets him 6, and it'll be 2nd down.
Now, that was not a bad scramble there on first down. He didn't force it, nor did he throw it away. He was able to take off, and now he made it a very manageable 2nd and short.
And they'll go ground game here with a tailback. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. They'll get 14 on that one. Good for a Bengal first down.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. time to his left. And he's got some space here. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. So apparently some grabbing of the jersey there on the O-line.
Yeah, just look in the interior, and that's where the penalty occurred.
So following the hold, they're in a bit of a hole here with a 1st and 20. Rudolph now to throw. Flush to his right. Oh, he's got some breathing room. He'll get 5 out of the scramble. It's 2nd down.
Now, how about that play? He took a possible negative and turned it into positive yardage and slid down to avoid taking a big shot. Excellent job getting down and avoiding the big hit.
They'll try the air now. Here's Rudolph. He's going to look deep down. It's caught at the 10. And all the way in for a Cincinnati score. Tyler Boyd, his first touchdown of the new season. And the Bengals add on to their lead. And he knocks it through. Bullock out now to kick this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Cardinal offense now making their way back out onto the field. And down on the scoreboard, certainly needing to avoid what happened on the last drive, punting the football.
Sense of urgency has to take over for them here. They know the score. They know the situation. And by the way, the punter no longer exists for their offense. That's how they have to treat this drive.
They need points.
Big time.
And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly. And he'll be taken down by the Bengal pressure. Carl Lawson in there to get him, and that's sack number 6 for him on the year. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Gone, 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 gone.
And now it's Rosen looking. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
It'll be a net of only 30 here. 40-yard punt, 10 on the return. And out will come the offense as they take over. They have, by the way, gone to the 3rd quarter now at Ford Field in Detroit. And you saw the score at the bottom of your screen a moment ago. We got a good one going on there. Here's Rudolph. We'll keep you updated on that one as it progresses. Going deep downfield for Ross. So they took a shot on 1st down but couldn't connect. Well, the numbers have been good in the passing game and certainly a big reason why they have the lead. But now here, 3rd quarter, maybe go to the run game a little more?
Yeah, perhaps. I mean, after that incompletion, a little credit to the defense for shutting them down on that play. Maybe you try and run the football a little bit more in this spot. But they have to feel good about how they've been throwing it overall.
Another throw on 2nd down, and this one incomplete as well.
Anytime a defense can sit back in a zone like that, it tends to create a lot of congestion in the middle of the field. Makes it very hard to slot one in.
Looked like I-4 at rush hour in your hometown of Orlando, Florida. An absolute mess. Airing one out for Boyd. Oh, incomplete. Nearly the pick they needed. They would have loved one there, but at least it does get them to 4th down.
You're down 2 touchdowns. You just know defensively you absolutely have to come up with a big play. That nearly was one right there.
Looked over at the sideline immediately after the drop and just saw the dejection. They felt it. They thought he had it. Unfortunately, couldn't come up with it. Arizona getting ready to go as they take the field. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
On 2nd down, here's Rosen. He finds an opening past the 40. Wide open receiver complete. 17 yards on the pickup there. The drive will continue. It's a first down. Now a handoff. Johnson. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
On second down, Rosen. Nowhere to escape, and he goes. Down. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. Back now in Cincinnati. It's Cardinal football, but they trail here as we get set to bring you the fourth and final quarter. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after first and second down went backwards. It's third and very long. Out of the gun, here's Josh Rosen. And he's going to go down again. Geno Atkins getting him once again, his third sack of the afternoon. Here's Pat O'Donnell now as he's on for the fifth time here today. He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. And problems spreading to the punt team now. This one goes all the way into the end zone on the fly, so that'll come back to the 20. Now this Bengals offensive unit ready to see what they can do here. They've got the lead. Last time had to punt it, though. What's the key to this drive?
I think it's leverage.
Leverage.
Big guys up front. You know the motivational speech on the sideline is, guys, give us an opportunity. Protect the passer, create space for our runners, and let's go ahead and get these guys. Low man wins. Let's go do it on this drive.
We'll watch that leverage on this drive. Here's a 2nd and 5 now from the 25. Here's Rudolph now on second down. Oh, a battle for it here, and this will be caught. So even with the pass interference, it's a completed pass. They'll go ahead and just take the play instead.
How about the effort? Making the catch despite the pass interference. Nothing else to be gained on the play. No need to take the penalty. The play stands.
Right back to him on first down. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down.
Brandon, it's clearly a running situation when you're up in the fourth quarter. They're going to have to stack the box and make it difficult for them to move the ball.
Made it very difficult right there. Now they need to repeat that effort.
Yeah, bring 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take to slow him down.
And he'll get it out to midfield. Looks like, yeah, they'll spot it right at midfield at the 50. 6 yards on the pickup, and that'll bring up a third down. Well, a clear running situation. Try to take time off the clock. You ran the previous play, set that play action up nicely.
Boy, did they ever, because they had shown the ability to run the football. So now you lose your keys as a defense. You dive for the running play, and they hit them over the top.
That one third down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete.
I'm not sure we could spot any tendency here on this third down. They could have run it or passed it. Either one was available. They chose to try and get it through the air, but they were unsuccessful.
And a nice special teams job here. This is going to be down inside the 10 at the 7-yard line. Here's the Arizona offense now as they get set to take over. They're going to have to go at least 50, 60 yards here if they want to ensure that they don't have to punt the ball like they did last time.
Yeah, so what you're saying is we're not playing to just get out of the shadow of your own goal line, right? You're playing to make sure the punter doesn't see the field again. So it's not picking up a couple of first downs. You want to pick up 5 or 6 first downs and make sure you move the ball into their territory.
A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
We've seen this quite a few times in this game. Offensive line unable to keep leverage, unable to keep people away, facing a lot of pressure. Fortunate just to get rid of it.
One of the reasons they're down is that inability, though, to stop the pressure. We saw another example of it there. On second down, Johnson. And he will take this up to about the 8-yard line. Big Geno Atkins there to bring him down.
Well, that's a good start to this drive on the defensive side of the ball.
Force the incompletion on first down. Then you're able to shut down the running play on second.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised now. A little bit of pressure going at the quarterback in an expected passing situation.
Here's Rosen to throw. He's going to launch this thing way downfield. So they took a shot there on third down, couldn't get it. Now it's fourth.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, fourth quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. Here's Pat O'Donnell now, as they're forced to kick for the 6th time today. And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it. This is taken at about the 14. Excellent work on the run back there, 33 yards. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on first down. Now a play fake here on first down. Flushed out right. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Robert Kimdichie in there to make the sack. He buries him for a loss of 10. And the job becomes twice as difficult now. After the sack, it's 2nd and 20. They'll run it now out of the gun. And hit behind the line. He lost the football. It's loose.
Wow. That ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover. They'll fake it. Now Rudolph. He fights him off. Steps away to his left. He's going to run, but he's got a long way to go. 5 yards that time out of the scramble. But now they're looking at a 4th down situation.
And, partner, I would guess that in his headset he was hearing from his coach, it's 3rd down, don't take a sack. And in this case, he's able to avoid the pressure and get out of there. He doesn't get the first down, but he does turn a possible loss into positive yardage.
A 40-yard punt, no return. And the Cards are going to have the football with a 1st and 10 deep in their own territory. Rosen and the Cardinals take over with a 1st and 10. On play action, Rosen. On the right side, caught by Green. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this across the 25-yard line. The drive starting with a 1st down, 11 yards on that pickup. Rosen off the play action. On the move to his left. Dumping it off for Johnson. And he's going to lose yards. They take him down at the 26. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down. Rosen will throw. Looking left side, it's complete. He's got it. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
But when you hit him on the move like that, and he's able to get into open field with a full head of steam, oh boy, it's going to be tough to get him down.
Yeah, there was a big window. They're lucky they did get him down. Throw right side is going to be caught by Kirk. A gain of 6 there on first. You got the big lead defensively, willing to give them that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. Throwing again, it's Rosen. He's going to air one out. And at the 7-yard line, the catch is made. Touchdown, Cardinals. A big play there. 42 yards. And the Cardinals get a bit closer. Heck of a start to his season. He had 2 touchdowns in the opener last week, another one here in week 2.
Well, I don't want to call him a touchdown machine this early, but sometimes you get locked in, and you feel good about things. You get into that zone, and those touchdowns come in bunches. He may be off to that kind of a start.
It's like he was shot out of a cannon. I would imagine success this early, great momentum going forward for the rest of the year.
He keeps this up, they'll soon be chanting MVP anytime he touches the ball.
So now the Bengal offensive unit back out onto the field. After the touchdown we just saw, we have a brand new ball game. And now look at the situation. You got plenty of time on the clock. Defensively, they have 3 timeouts. So do you run the football here or do you throw it?
I think you have that full conversation with your offensive unit, and you tell them, here's the situation. They've got all their timeouts, so we are not going to play this conservatively. We've got to attack them. We've got to make them use those, gain the ground that we need in order to put this game away. If you think we're just going to run it 3 times and punt it, you've got another thing coming.
Yeah, and by the way, also the 2-minute warning in play, so essentially 4 timeouts left.
They have to be aggressive here.
They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31. They'll run it now out of the gun. And that didn't fool anybody. He's going to be dropped in the backfield. And now we'll see a timeout used on defense as they stop it right out of the break with 1:57 to go in the ballgame. Now this is a big 3rd down, and you'd have to think we'd see a timeout right away if they can't stop him here. On 3rd down, that's Grant. And he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29. And whistles, and we're going to have another stoppage of play as they call the timeout on defense with 1:53 left. His first punt, 45 yards. This looks good as well. Fielded at about the 28. It'll be a 40-yard punt, 8 on the return. And the Cards will take over 1st and 10. Arizona getting ready to go as they take the field. They had to go a long way on their last drive to score the touchdown. This time they get at least a little bit more of a cushion with field position.
I have to think that with this field position, after what they did on the last drive, they might want to take a shot right now and try and cut down the length of the drive.
They'll look to throw, and he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. Geno Atkins in there to drop him as the clock continues to roll. So after the sack, here's 2nd and 14. He'll look to throw. And boy, that one drops incomplete, but if he was hit a fraction sooner, it may have been a fumble. This defense has watched their lead dwindle away. This is where they really need to bow up. They executed well there.
And it's often hard after you've played really well early and then you kind of relax a little bit to step on the gas again. They just did it on the last play. Looks like they want to finish this one off.
Now he's forced out left. He's going to let it fly. And that one goes incomplete on the drop. That's one he definitely normally catches. 4th down.
So another big shot dodged there defensively. Now they're just one more incompletion away from salting away this victory. And I know this feeling. They were almost giddy, but they have to stay focused and locked in. They can make one big mistake and throw it all away.
Back to throw. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And no, it's incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and the Bengals are going to win this football game. The Bengals getting set to go. They have the lead, obviously, late in the game. I guess the good news for them is if for some reason they would make a mistake, a field goal does the opposition no good.
Everyone loves to have a little bit of a cushion, and that helps you immeasurably. But the bottom line is, do all the things that you're taught in order to close out the game. Don't even let that become an issue.
Yeah, but still a one-possession game. This one not fully over yet. The Bengals go down to a knee in the victory formation. And, Charles, I think when the schedule comes out, all teams, no matter where they're predicted to finish, talk about protecting your home turf. They were able to do that here in this one.
Similar to a tennis match, right? Not letting them break your serve. That way you hold on to it. They got it done, and they feel very good about that victory.
So for Cincinnati, they use the favorable early schedule to their advantage as they move to 2-0. And they'll hit the road next week to take on the Baltimore Ravens. Meanwhile, for Arizona, they'll drop to 0-2. And they'll be at home next week for a date with the Seattle Seahawks. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports.